Hi. Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. This is Maggie and Kira, and we're happy to bring you this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading. And welcome to Your Essential Practice. And we would like to invite you to subscribe, like, comment, and contact me if you want any of your own rune readings done. Links are down in the description. Also, lots of zodiac and astrological information down in the description box below. So if you want a lot of the astrological information, like what's happening, like moon transits, things like that, that's down in the description box. Okay, let's get into your rune reading for the 11th through the 17th. Greetings, Capricorn, and welcome to your Divinely Guided Rune reading here for the week. Let's jump right on in and get your rune for the energetic past. In your energetic past here, we have Ingwas. Ingwas is the god Ing's rune. This is also known as the Divine Masculine's rune. Now, why is it called that? Is because the Ingwas is the rune of fertility, of successfully planting that seed into fertile soil, coming from that place of knowing that that seed will bear fruit rather than guessing, responding rather than reacting. Beautiful, fertile place to be. This is also a good opportunity to point out that we have aspects of divine masculine and feminine in every one of us. This could be calling you to embrace a more stoic philosophy or more like divine masculine healing work sort of aspects in your past. Embracing more of your stability and how you hold space for divine feminine healing in your life as well. So please take what resonates here, Capricorn, and leave what doesn't. As we move into the energetic now, we have the rune Ansus. Ansus is that communication rune. It's like divine downloads, prophetic dream work. It's dreams will be like they're easier to remember, more vivid. You're feeling like you have like deja vu. Aha moments are coming a lot more. You have like more of that clairsentience, clairaudience, like all your clairs seem to be on point or working a lot better. It's like you're getting downloads, frequent like gifts or this like big spiritual gift that you could have just learned recently or acquired recently or being blessed with. All right, take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. Anzus is also the rune of communication and symbolizing that divine's always trying to communicate with us. It's always up to us to tune in. We always want to come from that grounded place to build that antenna. Now, whenever the lines are going straight down off the runes, remember that's a very grounded energy. This is very stable energy, stable on all sides. So when the runes are having the lines going out like a V shape on either side, this is very stable energy. This is very grounded energy. When it's going straight up is very divinely connected energy. So this is a lot like that divine is trying to communicate with you, and it's always up to you to tune in aspect, like angel numbers, conversations, songs that come on the radio, just anything like that, right? Somebody says something that's like very much in line, like an aha moment. Yeah, stuff like that. Okay, so your energetic near future is in Theresos, very thorough action. This is like Thorn or Thor's hammer as well, like Mjolnir. That's the name of Thor's hammer. So a thorn, you want to pull it out fully or else you get an infection. That's a thorough action that needs to be done swiftly. Now Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, lightning quick strike, swiftness, can build, destroy, or protect with that hammer. Right? Now that is very thorough, very swift action leading to you in the future. Now, this could have been spurred on from that divine communication aspect or these divine downloads, spiritual gifts that you're in right now. But let's get some runes of clarity before we jump ahead and see what this action is, okay? We'll get a lot more in the meaning of clarity here. Now, we have Tiwaz here in the god Tyr's rune, and this is showing up in dedication work. The vector of victory is that stability and sticking up, get it, for what is right, what is just. The warning here is not to be in the martyr energy. This is the influence that you're in right now. Now, you could be so dedicated that it looks like you have blinders on and you can make yourself out to be a martyr pretty easily. Now, if you want to, that's your decision. But that is just something to be looking out for. This is that dedication work, though, to show up for ourselves and the collective on a daily basis. Show up for that divine communication. Be able to be grounded, but still dedicated in that vector of victory to your divinely guided, divine source blueprint, your divinely guided path, and tune in. Now, what is your energetic rune for your advice? What is your advice? Yeah, pause. Okay, everything here is saying to tune in. So this is Isa is like a pause. This is the ice forming over the deep lake for clarity, that deep clarity, letting the light penetrate deep into the surface of that lake. So this is a time of rest, a time of pause, a time of reflection, but also a time for that dedication to tune in. Like, this is when we pause for clarity, we're showing up, we're holding space for that communication. When we're dedicated to this, dedicate yourself to rest, and you'll get your downloads. Like prophetic dream work, I think this is something that you're going to be blessed with in your dreams, maybe a vision. I would definitely encourage journaling, dream journaling, interpreting your dreams here with this reading. I don't usually encourage this, but this is something that Divine is saying, definitely be open to the communication. You're going to get insights and clarity in more ways than you can imagine when you show up in dedication, when you allow that space for that clarity to happen, right? And you reflect, you take the moments to pause. Make pause part of your daily connection. Yeah. In your energetic outcome here for all of this is Urus. You get some momentum here going finally after the pause, right? But this is still very grounded energy, downward hill kind of momentum. But this is checking in with your natural vitality here as well. This is blessed natural vitality. This is another rune of abundance. This is a type of abundance of good health, good natural health. Like not just what you're eating or drinking, but what you're surrounding yourself with. What energies are you surrounding yourself with? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you saying? What are you thinking? What's that self-talk? You know, what is that inner dialogue you have when you're pausing and waiting, right? So through this discipline work, you're going to get more momentum in that, and this will become like less of a discipline work and more second nature, and you'll be able to do this swiftly and thoroughly moving forward. This is pretty cool. This is like you're learning how to meditate in another way, but all over again. But you're definitely holding space for yourself and for others in doing this in a very divine masculine sort of challenged aspect, or blessed even aspect. Let's look at the runes for clarity. We'll pull from the Lapis Lazuli runes here this week. Okay, so you got divine feminine along with your divine masculine right next to each other. This is Logos. This is lake, sea, flow, water. Divining with water, dowsing with water, scrying with water. This is intuition and the primordial life-giving forces of the water, the flow of the water, the creation of that, like the divine feminine does, okay? So blessed divine feminine and masculine balance work, holding space for that, and really, I think this is you like challenging yourself and developing aspects of that divine inner dialogue. I really do believe that. So yeah, might not be inner dialogue. This is one clan flag, and it's looking at another clan flag. This incites a definition of other than. This may be recognizing the aspects of the duality within us. This could also be the energetic source that's knocking on our door. Do I let it in? This is Manas, the rune that is full of those labels and can get us caught up in those labels, those 3D aspects and labels of things. But this is also that noticing that other clan flag, and it cites the definition of other than. It's usually a joining of those clans, but it can also be needing to defend. So I don't like to put the label on there right away. It greatly does depend on the position that it's in. Being that it's in your energetic now, I really do think this is you kind of listening for that knock on your door, that knock on your heart. We've all seen that artwork before of the Christ avatar knocking on the door to your heart, right? And that comes to my mind's eye clearly in this. Like, divine's always trying to communicate with us, up to us to let it in. Okay? That almost brought a tear to my eye, that realization. So in your energetic near future here, Capricorn, this is Berkana, the birch goddess's rune. This is divine nurturing energy, like a mother's love, familial style nurturing. This family support will be there to help you, the nurturing. You're going to have that vitality energy to nurture this, whatever it is, moving forward. You're going to have that physical well-being in order to build what it is that you're trying to build. This is definitely you building. This is not you destroying. This could be you protecting as well as building, but I do not see you destroying or removing things, especially with Berkana here. The birch goddess rune is a lot like the Empress card in tarot. Very linked with the divine feminine energy, with the creation and nurturing of that divine feminine aspect within all of us. So knowing that you have that physical and divine healed masculine aspects as well, tied in with the balance of divine feminine, you not just have that grounded place in both aspects to springboard from, you have that momentum to nurture into, using both, which is beautiful and is ideal. It is ideal for us to be able to use both and to have that balance in both. In your energetic influence of the now, more Urus here. This is definitely a health thing. This is going to improve on your health. This is going to be more momentum as you start showing up for yourself and for others. As it takes 21 days to form a good habit. All right, then it becomes, and then after a habit, it becomes a lifestyle. All right. So there's like a whole, I forget, like there's a whole bunch of different phases of it, but I wouldn't even say a whole bunch. There's like 4 of starting a lifestyle, a new lifestyle. And that's discipline, habit, I forget. Then it becomes your lifestyle, a part of you. So this is showing up in that dedication to yourself, ingraining that, making that like your discipline work. What energies do you surround yourself with? Are they healthy for you? Are you passing everything through that great love filter? Are you receiving everything with love? Are you giving everything with love? Okay. Let's look at what your advice clarification rune is. In your faith, grounded, divine defense. You're going to need to protect the space. When I was a manager in the food service industry, we would protect space with other coworkers to be able to have those conversations. So instead of making an appointment for a scheduled meeting, we would just protect space. And that's a beautiful way of doing this. And the way I see it here too is you're kind of holding that space and protecting that space for yourself and for others in your grounded aspects of Augies here, the divine defense, your antlers, your divine defense and divine connection. And you're grounded here with your divine grounding here. Connection and protection, holding that space for that clarity, for that pause, for the healing to occur, for everything to take hold, for everything to solidify, for everything to become deeply clear to you and deeply ingrained through that habitual learning that you are doing. So, what is your energetic outcome here? Okay, so clarified by Odin's rune. Odin's rune is like the patch over the eye that is indicative of something you already know or something that is deliberately hidden from you. I'll grab another set. We'll use the Unikite runes for that rune of clarity here for the outcome. And here we have Uruz again. Okay, so the reason why is because Uruz is up here 3 times now. The reason why Odin's rune was here is because we couldn't get Uruz again from that set. So this is something you already know, Capricorn. This is something you already know, Capricorn. Is this mic on? Somebody's knocking. Are you going to let them in? All right, Divine's always trying to communicate with us. It's always up to us to tune in. Are you going to be divinely guided and let this momentum take a hold of your life? Are you going to embrace this new momentum in this aspect of building new things? This is beautiful, beautiful stuff. I can't think of a better rune reading right now. Let's get a message of clarity from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. These are messages straight from Divine, straight from Source, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity do you have for Capricorn's awesome rune reading here for this week. All right, so this came up first on my hand. So Divine wanted that card first. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Surrender says, I can release my need to control. Yeah, release your need to control. This is going to improve your natural overall vitality, not just with your emotional self, but with your physical self, with your mental self, with your spiritual self. All right. Now, in order to do that, we need to surrender and make that part of our discipline. Okay, so let's read about that card of surrender. Again, it says, I release my need to control. Capricorn, you need to understand the distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of influence. You can lead by example. Every soul has its unique path, and it's not your job to dictate it. Giving advice or direction in a compassionate manner is the way to go. Your soul has a path, and you possess the power to control it. But you must surrender the illusion that you have control over another. Capricorn, remember that this is a process, and from time to time your ego will rise up and demand that things be the way that they quote-unquote should be. Envision a hot air balloon being loaded up with all the things that you think you need to control, and let them ride away in the balloon. You'll be surprised to find that when you release the energy of control and accept the energy of surrender, doors will open that you never expected, because you have now given the universe space in which to materialize what is needed for your highest soul growth. I can't even say it any more clearer than that. Namaste, Capricorn. Have a blessed and abundant week.